Rich Keitel, the director of Elephant Man.
I'm Sean Sears. I'm the Elephant Man.
I'm Justin Fortunato, and I play Frederick Treves.
Well, Elephant Man is a very famous story based on a true story of the real John Joseph Merrick, as we like to say. And I think it's relevant for today's audiences because it deals with the outcast, as someone who is different from everybody else, and how this person lives through the world. And obviously, John Merrick, beautifully played by Sean, is deformed in a way that is more outrageous than everything else. But the way I connect with it is that there are people all throughout society who are different. Maybe they wear glasses, they have acne, they're overweight, there's just some problems. They lost an arm, lost a limb, and they have to deal with society and how people look at them. Even people in wheelchairs, whatever, they're different. Everybody has a soul inside, a beautiful soul, and so did John Merrick. So I think if anybody out there in internet land has ever felt different or outcast or didn't know how to talk to women or felt treated differently, they're going to connect with this show. They'll connect with this show.
Being deformed for an hour and a half. And that's, I guess originally spoke as a joke, but not to be taken lightly. I mean, first of all, to put yourself through an hour and a half of physical manipulation while a challenge isn't a challenge as much as a burden for some people. And to be able to identify with the character completely from the outside in. I mean, a lot of actors work inside out or outside in, whatever, but to completely and totally have access to someone just by manipulating your body in such a way that you have to be there for an hour and a half, and imagining what it must be like to be there forever is pretty great. As an experience as an actor.
One of the things about this play is that Bernard Pomerantz, the playwright, stated that in his production he didn't want John Merrick to wear any makeup. You can, I guess, conceivably, there might be some productions where John Merrick wears a lot of makeup, but the playwright's intention is to have the actor just do it with his body and contorting himself. And there's a warning in the script that said any actor attempting to play Merrick should seek medical help.
Right, exactly.
To be very careful.
If you have back problems, don't do it.
Right. So Sean is very careful with doing that, and I always worry about that because it is very difficult. I would ask anybody who comes to see the show to even attempt that for 5 minutes. It's physically taxing. And actually, one of the things that we have fun in rehearsal is sometimes I'll give notes to someone else, and Sean is still contorting in a position. And I'll say, Sean, relax. You can release yourself.
All right.
Yeah. But you find after scenes, don't you stretch or have to?
Absolutely, every time.
Yeah.
Every time. You have to. Or else it'll get to you. Justin.
Sean. I've seen the David Lynch movie a long time ago, and I loved the story, and I didn't know it nearly as well as I do now, which is still not that well. Kidding. But I was really excited to be part of it. One, because of Rich. Rich is my favorite director, and also the story is, I know we touched on it earlier, it's so relevant. And what's really great about this production that we have and the group of artists that we have is, although John Merrick represents all of these symbols and ideologies, Sean, along with the rest of the cast, plays the characters as real people. So you have these, general ideas of what it is to be a good person portrayed through real characters. And I think in the hands of others, the play could turn into something that it's not meant to be, something preachy or something where the characters kind of symbolize something. My character, Dr. Treves, represents Victorian society and the roles of that era. But what's so great about the group of people we have is that they're bringing out real emotions and real hurt and the experiences that they've had and the things that John goes through, John Merrick, and that Sean goes through throughout the show. Each character also goes through. So that's what really drew me to the play, and I think like any good play. It has a wonderful story and really, really great characters. Every character in the show has, I think a play could be written about each character individually.
Like Justin, I also love the movie, the David Lynch movie, which I always find fascinating. It was produced by Mel Brooks, but it was a wonderful film. And again, the story, the line that always sticks out for me, that's interestingly enough in the play, but in the movie, but not in the play, is "I am not an animal." When Joseph Merrick says, "I am not an animal. I am not an animal. I am a human being," and it's one of the most famous lines in film history. And it's a great script, and I love working with Prime Stage. I think this is my 6th or 7th show in a row now, and it's just fascinating. What I love about theaters, because I've seen a few productions of Elephant Man, and some people out there in the world might say, well, why come see this production? What's interesting about this production, it's all new people, so I love seeing theater that I've seen other productions of. So I guess we probably had over 100 actors audition for the show, and I cast 8 wonderful actors playing multiple roles. And it's the collaboration, working with each other, and we're just really having a good time in rehearsal. I remember last week, we're in now our 3rd week of rehearsals. We rehearsed for about 4 weeks before we go into tech, and we did a run through last Friday, and the actors were completely off book, which means they had all their lines pretty much memorized. And we gave notes, and during notes, which sometimes could be a painful session, we were all just laughing and having a good time. And even though this is difficult subject matter, we're all exploring our creativity and laughing and enjoying it. And I think through that, it's going to be a magical production. So people are going to want to come see this one, even if you've seen it before, even if you've seen the movie. It's just fascinating seeing different artists bring their take on the matter. So come see it.